Ready?
لا سويش لا
Hola, Sota. Chude desum sada ngato. Tsama trash dile shwe dani ta antanda gutu shana kata. Koni ta kata ngi tin chwe dini ma andro ne tin chwe shana yamundra.
لا سو. So welcome everybody. We're going to start today's class and we're going to continue where we left it off yesterday, doing a new chapter, chapter 4, training in special ethics, or the higher training of ethics.
No tin chwe le kata dini ma kara son sha zina. Wana alhabi laba sumbu de chinda washi yin nyam na kata chida alhaba si alhabi tanda la chi son cha so. Ti tate sumbu de kandi kandi re zini re 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 pa jebon de jini she na kandi re se na se. Tambu laba tsirim ji laba ne son sha. Yunden tamchi ji shi ten yin shin sangi ji tembi ane nyamle nyingbu dyuba shi yin son sha. Tati ane laba tsirim ji laba la ya di tsul chum la ya di chitang tsul chum la di tsul tang tumbi chum ji re chum se ya re ina ya chum rang re ko chi jini che chogu ma re chini pa geni ro chogu ma re odini jini chum zo ya di di chum di ya daga chum ma yinba tsul tang tumbi ki chum ji la di kamni shebi tsul chum se ya laba se dini ji la lab gu re se oda su su di che gu re se odi re sha dini ji tsul chum ka laba de sanji chunden di ga gari na yoden tam chi ga she ten san ro de pe na ma tsu chi zixing da me dong ro gari ina lo do gari ina ke sa ge shi di sa shi yin ba na ji sa shi de ko ten yin ba na shi on tsu la ba tsu chung gi la ba se ya ani yoden tam chi ga she ani ten sa o di re song sha.
And the text continues saying, the first of the three special trainings, that in special ethics, is the basis of all good qualities and the quintessence of the practice taught by the Buddha. So if you remember, we've been looking at the three higher trainings, and especially the three baskets that talk about the three higher trainings. And now in the following chapters is going to detail the content of each of the three baskets and therefore each of the three trainings. And if we remember, the first basket is the Vinaya basket, and therefore the training is the special training or the higher training in ethics. So here, ethics we translate it in English as ethics, and ethics in Tibetan, if we look at the etymology, it's sultim, and tul means like the way, like the proper way, and tim means a rule. So it's a rule that is in accordance, is in harmony with the proper way of doing things, right? And here it refers to that way mentioned or prescribed by the Buddha. So here the Buddha teaches that ethics or this behavior that is in accordance with the proper way of doing things is the basis of all good qualities, just as the earth is the basis, that is the ground on which everything grows. The ethics is the basis on which the rest of the qualities will grow.
O di re sha song sha di ani tsu chung nyam ne laba de yoden tam chi ga shi de yin ba de 아니 단다 인디 디나마치네 나님보 이시 디바이시 인제 티 임바데 나가 주나데 볼도 컨셉이 에네 스시다 레칼레 시야 티 카르스나 시팅 임바레 로번 딘데베 시팅 나 카르손 두세나 침니 규당 미규 사신도 요덴 군저 시팅 레퍼 송세 시송도데 침샤디 단다 침데 아니 주어다 미주어세 디아데 드로아 맞은 드로아들 주어세 심chen 드로아 참말 주어세 미주어라디 드로아 맹게가 차다다 신다 동볼라서 버들음 아니 미주어세 그래 어디 참말 것이 댄산데 가리 사시 만나시 아니 치름데야 요된 군저시 댄레스니 어디 공부를 그티니 지나 송샤세 어디레샤.
So here the Buddha mentions that the practice of ethics, having an ethical conduct, is the basis of all good qualities. And this also is said by Nagarjuna in friendly letter. Is not the text is not friendly letter, is letter to a friend. And in letter to a friend, it says, The Buddha said that ethics is the foundation of all good qualities, just as the earth is the basis of the moving and the unmoving. Here, moving means refers to sentient beings, and the unmoving refers to inanimate objects. So, just as the earth is the basis, is the foundation, is the ground on which sentient beings move on, and everything else lives and abides. The ethics, similarly, is the foundation of all qualities, of all good qualities.
Ola so, teni no te je song te song sha te teni te la se teni chutum ji laba te la kardio se te la magi chibong ge chutum tati ola magi chibong de magi chude re no ndo shi jag du magi chibong ge chutum shi ji ni te shima ru chebe teni chutum ji nam dang de mabu chi du se mabu yore de ina ya tu ba tu du ba ina kar na du du se na so der ge chutum da chansim ji chutum se da sa ha ji chutum se chutum sum ga na du ba re odi song sha.
Then it says there are many enumerations of ethics based on abandoning the 10 non-virtues. Later on, it will detail which are the 10 non-virtues. However, even though there are many types of ethical conducts that come from the stem from the 10 non-virtues, if these are condensed, they can be included within 3 types. And these are the ethics of individual liberation. These are the pratimoksha vows, or the self-liberation vows. The bodhisattva vows rather than ethics, and the ethics of secret mantra refers to tantric vows.
Ola so, ta dini tela mugi chubungi chuchum shiba nesa, mugi chubungi chuchum siyadi kari resi na, mugi wa chu pombi chum shikla seri shins, mugi wa chu, ta wala mugi wa re re tanga chen ligi, dina ka mugi wa chu pa pangbi ga, o di chi chumari zi tim ta tim chila o te sigi resi. Di imba di yang kari du se na, acharya ni, kari se, vasun bandi in te besi, ta kanda loba inyi ki te be, Abi dharma kosha le se sha adin zure sha chungom zure se odin ala kar son du se ne tela chelon duni na ane ge ta magi chiri par ligi lam ne chur son so se odin gyo chu da mo gyo chu odin jine yu son yore se odi lo ko yining zu chu ngom zu ga na din son sha si odi re sha.
So then let's look specifically at the ethics that abandons the 10 non-virtues. And it is said by Master Vasubandhu in his text Treasury of Knowledge. It says, also translated as the Treasury of Abhidharma or Treasury of Knowledge, 2 different translations to the title of this text. It says, collected from those good and bad activities, the major ones are set forth as the 10 paths of action, either virtuous or non-virtuous.
Ola so, tini tes ko dang dang so, tini tā mōkyāwa chū rīshā, mōkyāwa chū siyā tī kārī kārī rīsā tī nī mā wāla mā pānam chīni tāngdū lī kī gōni lū kī ngā tu lū kī gujō jāni chiyā kī lū kī gōni kārī tū rā sō chū bā tāng yambā sīm chī yambā kī sō chū yā tāng mā chī mbā lēm bā siyā tī nī kumā jāni yā tī chiyā tāng anī lō yīm siyā kī lī kī gōni mā rā wā sūm ngā kī gōni dzūn shiyā anī mī nī pārū chāma chīni chū shīn jā yā tāng anī mī lī tsik tsū pō lā bī yā tāng 아니 강치세야 돈다 치카무시 주제면에 라다가 관계 먼저 시에니 어디에 대한 강치엘시도 어디 시당 야 이기고니 아니 남심다 누심다 lokta세니 미샴발라 남심제니 심근 두차섬니 테네 남심지야다 아니 미샴발라 느비셈바키야다 아니 야 페디 로버타니 친줄로 요바드 메바드 요바세 어디 로버타와다 아니 이기고니 숨그 체니 아 hotel kariyosena magyo chusi de hoteli chelesi dos.
So here it's specified that the ethics of abandoning the 10 non-virtues are rules for abandoning these 10. There are 3 physical actions to be abandoned. These 3 physical actions are the non-virtues of killing, so taking the life of another sentient being, stealing, taking that which hasn't been given to us, and sexual misconduct, which is adultery or raping. Then there are four actions related, four non-virtuous actions related to speech. And these are that of lying, so saying that which is not true, divisive speech, this means creating disharmony among several people, harsh speech, hurting others through our speech, and senseless speech, so just chattering away without any sense. And then there are three mental non-virtuous actions, and these are covetousness, which means trying to get that which is not ours, harmful intent or ill will, so planning to hurt someone, and wrong views, which refers to believing that something inexistent is existent and believing that something that is existent is non-existent.
어드레샤드니 소초바시아 무게초나니 리그 동부 소초바시아데 소초바시디 가리시그레지디 소초비 단 남비 중간한 손바질 소초비 레지기데 사발라 아니 가르르지 구 창고 두시디 양코 지 세샤 잠그 소초비 레 랑사메 바레 데니 가르고 두시나 데네 소초네 시샤 아 야나가다 덴바시 덴바테 손샤 그지 제주세남도 야나가르지 창고도 손샤 띵가드 가르드나 제랑리 기타데 비심신 아 수수수 세야데 많이 버죠 수수리 파미 타데비 가자 심신 샴바직 세바 고레 지체 삼바디 양 삼로드 가탄고도 삼바테 드시시 만주와 가르세 고삼나 고르 따가란 삼니 세니 그게 체진도 고 니세 고삼니 도니 세바지 고레 세마도 민노소나 샴바직 세 고사니 미 샴바 세샤나야 미세비게 아니 레사가요 마레시아 오틴디도보다 아니 조아시디 조아데 양 자와치야데 세야기 자와치야데 제 조아지디 다투당 쳔당 링아소지 랑기 랑기 소소가 미샴바 소초바함 셴라 소초드 주바스 아니 자와치니 세가 두디 인치미지 소소드네 베게 티갸니 세고하다 뚝소 세고요 마레 미샴바지라 키티 세쇼알니 마 나샤나야 아니 코티 소초바시아디 콘 도그레스 오티니 제축 숨틴데레샤
So then it says, through the paths of the three doors, body, speech, and mind, the 10 paths of action are performed and accumulated. Let's go to the first action, the action of killing, taking away others' life. And it says that killing has 5 branches. The basis is a sentient being other than oneself. So when one kills, one needs a correct basis. And a correct basis to kill is a sentient being other than oneself. Otherwise, it's not included within the killing of the 10 non-virtuous actions. The thought is to identify first place. The execution of the action is to kill the being oneself or to cause another to kill him or her using poison, weapons, knowledge, mantra, like magic, and so forth. So then there is the execution, which means actually killing that person. And we don't necessarily have to kill ourselves, that person. We can have someone else kill the person for us. So we can hire someone to kill someone else. But however, we would still be accumulating the karma of killing in that case.
You have been cut out in between, so we only heard the first and the last point here. Would you be so kind to repeat it?
Sure. I'll repeat the second one. The second one is the thought, which means to identify that being with error, meaning that if you wish to kill person A, but you confuse person A for person B, then even though you've killed person B, since it's a confusion, you've confused the intended person, then you don't accumulate like a full killing action.
tene sumbadi teche da shiba ne ngaba ni de shiba de nyumo re she nyumo go wang sem nyumo bi wang do soni 아니 바로 심쟁 소체 가지고 그래도 녀몽도 가르에서는 도차다 제당 뜸무슨 기당 도차 제당 뜸무슨 녀몽고 싸와 대소 선고 와도 손이 녀몽치당 차벌도세 나님 띠갈래니 아니 제당 타투는 제당은 타투다가 가서 소체차 대니 대해서 라니 마시 원도 시와스 다 아니 거기 시야게 심쟁지어디 디당 소소니 소소 훈리 시소나 야파주도 세비 니바디 차상 소소로 용거 말해스 디양 소소가 버게라 페나 티노지 잠니 코 갑투 시메나 양 아니 티포르데 소소 나산데나니 소소 훈리 시소나 야파시 미세비 니바 지단 그 저주야 라서 니바 요르다 미세비 니바데 콜요 말해스 어tin리샤 뭔데 시와 다 어딘지 잡아지고 그래도 다투들이잖아 다투 어디 잡아가다 되나 아니 가르치 그러잖아 되는 소초 그 레람 용수 줘봐 소초 그 레다 먹기 레는 소초 그 레세야 디 지금 차상 용수 줘봐 사나 어딘지 제중하지 사니 사고 도시야
So then there is the fourth division. What was it? The fourth branch, and that is that of the affliction. And in general, it says that the afflictions that accompanies the action of killing is either desire, not desire, but attachment. Attachment, hatred, or obscuration, meaning ignorance, but specifically, normally, the action is concluded through hatred, through anger. And then there is the fifth branch of completion, which occurs when the person to be killed dies before one dies oneself, which means that if we try to kill someone, let's say we stab someone, but then they also stab us, and we die before the other person, even though we accumulate negative karma, we don't fully accumulate the karma of killing because we've died before them. So we need to die, they need to die before us. So there is a completion, like a mental completion that we say, oh, okay, the person has finally died. So then that would complete the action. And it says that the path of the action of killing is completed through these 5 branches. So if these 5 branches, if we kill someone and our action includes these 5 branches, then the action is complete and we accumulate the full karma of killing. Geshe lang zo ko mindu.
디 연락나가디 마찬나양 아니 가르치야도 되는 참참 아니 지 삼루 삼도 지 센도 매반도 지니 양프게 지 제당 마디가 지니 세샤야 물라다 심쟁가리나 디 세샤 라서바 디 몽부 지용고 요리 데라양 아니 제당 소체비게 레드지 사사게 디왕게 니바진 중고 요리 데 레람 체니바지 존이 니바슈 첨부 요 말에서 어다딘지 잡르지 치고도
However, it says that if any of the branches is not present, the deed is a faulty deed and not a complete path of action. And this also applies to the remaining non-virtues. So it means that sometimes these 5 branches are not, even though we kill someone, these 5 branches are not complete. For example, sometimes we by accident, or because we by accident might kill someone, right? In that case, the intention of killing wasn't there. However, we have killed someone. So we do accumulate some negativity, but it's not a full-blown negativity of killing.
올라서 드니 단도 소치비 레들라마 이원데 시원나 가려 이와 요레라나 아이와들라 페남 샬라 세바타부세 샬라 세바타분 도샤지 구리 소초바스 마초 아니 소소 샤사야 도바시부친 도차 샬 도바차는 도차 강왕기 아니 부게 심전데 세니 아니 소초니 티치야 소초비 레타부 아니 도샤지 왕군이 소초바드니 도스 양 큰이 슈바타부세
Now it seems we've temporarily lost Geshe.
Sorry, guys, we have a big storm outside, so the internet was cut out. Can you hear us again?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
great. Then we can continue.
알아서 어디를 셨다 딱이 수수 비잖아 도도네 카드스나 도차기 왕기 소쳐봐 시당기 왕기 소쳐봐 아니 팀이 무시비 왕도 소니 소쳐봐 소쳐봐들 예원도 전에 tin이 숨용도스.
So then our text says that when killing is further categorized, or rather when killing is further divided, there is killing due to desire, such as attachment to meat. So we can, sorry, here when it says desire, it's not desire, but it's actually attachment and craving. So it says, so the translation should be, there is the desire, there is the killing due to attachment, such as craving for meat. So this should be the translation according to the Tibetan. So this is one motivation to kill. Another motivation is killing due to enmity, such as revenge. So having someone, being angry with someone and then looking for revenge. And third is killing due to not obscure, here it's translated as obscuration, but it's rather ignorance, such as in animal sacrifice. So we think we're going to obtain some sort of benefit or favor from the gods if we sacrifice an animal. So there are three main motivations, as we've seen: attachment, anger, and ignorance.
알아서 어디를 셨더니 야 소쳐비 레기나라 야 두버치야다 중하다 tin이 양보도 tin이 잡을 그 몸보도 가르에서나 맞아 다좀바세지 다좀비 공부도 다좀바세죠 다좀바세나 이바 침보요하다 tin이 어들랑기 라마 어게신이다 라마다 수수 라마 텐사에도 수로 wal로맹가 난기기 라마도 tin이 또 소세바 이나 티양 텔레 아니 니바하자 침보요바다 tin이 파마 랑라 하제 같은 침보인데 그 파다마 파마세야데 다스 메이버랑라 하제 같은 침보인다 디세잖아요 수도라니를 tudiante ko niba chimboji mi jambaji ko senaya ko niba chwayoneya soso pamare de soso de seba ina niba chimbo chagre tini gegyong jedi ene ginden ga gewa yabu chedeng mi yabu me pe mi pe odi je gegyong da tamse je tini jita odi ri mo bu da so ri de senaya niba chimbo yores 어디래샤 디기 딘딜 템베 양지 마 소체레 아니 다티 디올라 마 튼도 소차 디나레 양지 코레 이땡게 차니 따치 좀미 따 침부 에니 세나야 니바치아 요거든요 어디스 아니 따 중주거리 딘디 세바이네 대가득 니바치 보면 방아 좀부 토마토 두반도 딘디 세바이나 양 심체 샴바디리 차 따기 두세나 신기 니바치 보면 어디니 샤바두스
Then also within the category of killing certain type of people make us accumulate heavier karma than other types of people. So here it mentions to kill such a person, such a foe destroyer. So an arhat, killing an arhat would be a very heavy killing deed. One's teacher, one's dharma teacher, this would be a very heavy deed. One's parents, killing one's parents would also be a very heavy deed. And if you look at these, especially the teacher and the parent, they are especially negative because they are objects that have been very kind to us. So killing someone from which we've received a lot of kindness is a very heavy deed. Then a practitioner of virtue or a renunciate, and this is also an extremely bad deed, since we are cutting away at their opportunity to practice virtue.
올라서 드니 다 소초빌레 샤 소초바 무게 주나게 레고니 치아가 담보레 소초빌레 샤도 다치당 코랑게 모드스nam도 레샤디 아요안도스nam도 테 tindido chila 아니 소초빌레 시기레스.
So this is the first of killing is the first of the 10 non-virtuous actions.
May I do a question?
Sure.
How about killing animals to eat?
Hmm. Mm. Geshe, well, it actually is mentioned in the text as a negative action. Do you want to ask something specifically in relation to that?
No, here talk about desire, but I saw that a lot of people, they don't have desire, only desire to eat meat, but the animals have been killed uh, uh, to serve as food. How can it can be seen according to Buddhist point of view?
Geshe-la tanda mi mambo gi sha sa yore wa. Ani dila susu ki doche gi wangi, ani seba gi wangi sha sa na ta nyeba yongiri wa. Ine tato namba mambo sha sa yore. Inde tene di khande res.
이 칸디데스디 텔 니바 요레요 마레스거레 칸디데테 지당기사니 샤사디 심지그 솔런 체와주고 요장 아니 수이사나야 니바 요레스 니바 요바 요레스 이나야 따테 양 미카시리다 테스리 마사나 양 지금 수부지레 지금 초딩다 가체네 무드사 연구 요레 카시딘디 모두 사마라에 딘디 timbalan sama jingni part sama masana ta tapsi major ro dinde yongo yore dinde yongo de ni ba yores.
Well, there is definitely whoever eats meat, since in order to eat meat, we need to kill animals. Those people necessarily accumulate negativities, negative karma, due to the fact of eating meat. However, there are also people who have specific physical conditions, health conditions, and some of them, if they do not eat meat, like some meat at least, they will have health issues. And in that case, even though there is some negativity in eating meat, is not as much as the person who eats meat just because they have so much attachment that they cannot give it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
I have a bunch of questions, like always. The first, he was talking about that when you hire someone to kill for you, that you still accumulate the karma for killing. What is the person that is killing out your intention? Is he accumulating the same karma, more karma, less karma? Like, what is he accumulating?
Geshe-la tanda sochu gile nanglo-la susu chen-na-yang yamena mi shen gi nga zo tang-na-yang susu gi le nabo sagire-was. Yina-yang tanda ngosu mi senyin de-la korang le kandre sagire kong-yang sochu che-wa gi le sagire susu le duga le sagire yamena mi de la gile yamware bes ngale sosole.
다 좋아되게 세우스나 모두 가르스나 미셴바 소소 세가 당요나 소소르니 인베게 심체 가리나 소카리나 티 세바이나 소소 디 운스바 생게들 니바 요레 요마레세 디레베
Je tagarang regela.
러서 디코 코양 부게 그 생게 코랑래 니바 요레 이나야 자비 당보 부게네 당게 나시기 니바 침보 요 말이 이나야 콜라 아니 미세베나 심지가 스가린데 세비 니바 요레 가이스나 코 두아지 칼레 주니 코 레두 레가 두차 체사디 잠바니 마음바소서 레두아사니 니바 요레스.
In the case of hiring someone, the hired person also accumulates the negative karma of killing, but is not as bad as the person who ordered the killing, because it's the person who ordered the killing who really has the main affliction and the main intention. And the person who is hired, therefore, accumulates the karma of killing because they've killed someone, but it's less negative than the person who orders the killing.
Okay, and then what goes a bit in the direction of Laura's question, what if you have to kill out of a necessity? For example, we had recently a teaching by Taisito Rinpoche where he said that we have a lot of beings that live in our body like bacteria, but bacteria might be bad for us, or like a parasite. Like in India, you easily get a parasite. So you can't like keep it in your body because it will make you really sick. So what should we do in this situation? And can we like, let's say I'm aware that this is in my body, but I have to get rid of it. Can we do some special kind of prayers to not accumulate this kind of karma, or what would he advise?
Lasso. Lasso ta chwa nyima de karere launa ane so supo nangla la ya ta busing tan dendre mambu dwa mambu shiwa dwa kashi ki susu chode la pengi tu inayang kashi ki susu chode la nogi dwa 아니 nöbe büsing denzo ta nöbe rigi büsing denzo susu senamado bena mensene senamado büsing denzo ngaranzo la ani seyongirewa dedu susu ani le nyeba sagire sayimare chikche tene le nyeba sawajina ani le nyeba di yangwa chayagi chedo yamena chunchun chayagi chedu Geshe la ngazo la lapcha kare kyabsare ngazo merlam kyamna pensare be kare kare chena pensare dedu.
Lasso, re. Ta re supuna yonke buinare, ta simchen shambagi susala nunse chewa di tamba tini yang masena tamea rugu tini yungu yore, chikwa re, ta so di tela susu sol tu tini chewa di, ani kuti susu sol choya ki che ta pagi di kala leka tila mashuya tap menge chene, segu tuya tenki ine segu tuna yang, 아니 베트 니바 요 말이 두고 치가 요 말이시니 요 말이 요래 되나 니바 충충마도 요 말이 니바 베 충충래 니바 충충래 다 소적이 니바나니 총쇼들이 이나요 틸라 타기라나 시레 몰람 겨 티체다가 티체도 코로들이 시요 받아들이 하고 나서 또 단단히 망쳐 지금 메사들이 저한테 루보나를 심지 뭐부지 소차 뭐부지 시루야 왔더니 남자 뭐부지가 하고 코로요 말에 이나 약간도 시도요나 때리 얘는 예바 요르데 얘는 때리 교바 교샤 집행하는 얘는 몰음 되잖아 텐데 니바 베베 춤춤라데 니바 명아 뱅게레스
You're right, there are certain cases where it is inevitable to have to kill the other person, so the other being, when the other being is threatening our life, in the case of bacteria or parasites or even a wild animal, right? And in that case, if we want to preserve our life, the only way to deter the hurt or the harm, the harm that the other being is going to inflict upon us is killing the other being. So in that case, this is like the least, even though we might kill the other being to defend our lives, this is when we accumulate least negative karma. It's when the negative karma of killing will be the lightest. It will be the least, because it's not initially your intention. It's just to preserve your life, right? However, it is true that we do accumulate negative karma, and in that case, it's indeed very, very positive to pray for that being, for the well-being and the good rebirth of that being, and this will definitely help us and help the other being as well.
Okay, and one last question. He talked about there's like special persons where the karma is more heavy. So what happens in a situation where we don't know who exactly we kill? Because nowadays in a war situation, we just send a bomb from one country to another country, and we don't know who will exactly be our victim. So we don't know, is there a Buddhist teacher, is there an arhat? Like we have no idea who is in there. We just know this will kill a bunch of people.
Geshe la yang sochebe le nang la sochebe le la yena ani chiyang ki kebar ani yula dene chiyang ki kebar yongjirewa ani tra chomba yamena nga ranzo pama yamena gewe shinyen chik sewa yena ani tanda sochebe le jikot sabu chayireva. Inayan denza, makya bekavla, chedangazo, makya bekavla, mangmi denzo, samsala, sesa, mosu tongiyo mare, konzo, katu bom chikdang, ani bom chiktane, bom ti torne, ani su segiyo me hakoyets keyo mare, ani peche dinamlula, ani gewa shenye, gewa nyamlen chenyen dende yosare, ani Dachumbachi yosare, ane mishe da pama yosare, da dramin nazo, min dramin nazo yosare. Dedu le candida sasare.
Reja, ta dini chiang di, chita nga tsu, dindu, le sound di, le di, Dubai na, Dubai chimbo da, le chimbo saya, gijing tsu di kari sana, tsu samlo sambi kuno le, shibu chik ra li du, chabar du du si. Ani, ta thaki, bom ruji, gyabsan ruji le gyabni, tina la, lama yona yo, dajumba yona yo, kari yona ya, ta se sha kusani, samlo tindi tani, kon bom jomni seba yina, dupa chea yore, se shonga nana tindi, tanda nga su shong tindi na tindi song yore si. Tina la mi mato, ta mi namki mi kyu mato, ma tindi mato yo mare samni, taso se ya mato, shemba se ya samlo kyo ni meba yina, nipa tes shonga yore, karse ni tina la, dachumba tang, tamse da kari yore, shina nipa yore yore, yina yang, ungu se te se ko samni se ya doa, nan shingi nipa chimbo yo mare si.
You're right, the situation may come about. However, what determines the heaviness of a karma, and this case, the karma of killing, is mainly our intention. So if we're going to throw a bomb somewhere and we think, I don't care who is there, I don't care if there's a teacher, like a virtuous teacher, if there's a practitioner of virtue, I don't care if there's an arhat, I don't care if there's a renunciate, whoever I kill, and I just throw the bomb there, then obviously we kill a very, like, the heaviest negative karma. However, if the person throws a bomb and just thinking, oh, I'm just going to kill common people, ordinary people, right? Even though it's a very negative karma because they've killed a lot of people, still, like, it's not the same as intentionally thinking, oh, maybe this place has some lamas or some arhats and I don't care, I'm just going to kill everyone. So the karma there would be much heavier if there is the intention than that is just the intention of just killing people without thinking who might be there.
Tini chidang ni dupa chi chung mongpo chi yung de tsawi tsawan ro de tsawa kunong de pe de chuk chenpo da te le pe ni ra ligi dus ani pe na ani mi chi ga ani chi ro tini tsu ni mi chi shiwa ina seba ina ati hacha ga dupa chenpo yore de tagi lawa na shere de doctor chi mi chi le men chu chi ga ro ne men chu chi ga ro di sha chu che de ni chig ma choko sha ni chig ma tsu ni chig ba tsu go de ma su go yore 차병 요래 치고 치고래 그게 양 doctor디 코 그게 그런 게 제타 만지고니 디스 락바 노르니 아니 미디 시와이나 아니 야 doctor들 그 미센도 요 말이 미세하게 레 두어 삽쳐레 레람 용소빌레 삭마데 이나 니바 치테스 요래 콜라 티 마이 바치 파쇼 네바 코랑 거니 네바 페 나사 두캬 차니 쿠샤주 있게면 만나 그 시도하게 딘데 이니 시송아이나 니바 총아 요래 남비 용다 딘데 잡르제니 제고리다 tu de kare sena hagel tri jawa chipuya mari pig magso chipuya mari kai ko tu ge cha tu mari kare sena su se go sem sambo ko lo du cha yo na ti ni ni ba de chimbu ya chimbu chan ru dus
accumulating negative karma is not so much about the action than about the intention. We can have a person stabbing another person and accumulating a lot of karma because they've killed another person through by stabbing them. And then we can have, for example, a surgeon. A surgeon might get one of these, I can't remember in English how they're called, but you know what I mean, one of these like knives, in order to open up the person and try to heal the person. However, in the process of operating the person, the surgeon might do something wrong with their hand and then accidentally kill the person. So here we have two actions that are kind of similar in the sense that they've used cutting tools, one to stab and one to open up the person. They've both hurt in a way the other person. They've made a wound to the other person, and in both cases the person has died. However, the doctor has no intention of killing the patient. The doctor, the surgeon, only has the intention of helping the patient and healing the patient, but through an error, the person has died. So it's the person who has stabbed intentionally, the person who accumulates a negative karma of killing, because it mainly depends on the thought, I'm going to kill you. The accumulating negative karma of killing depends on this thought, on this intention.
Relating to this a bit, what if we kill some beings, like let's say indirectly, but out of grasping? Like, for example, we destroy the rainforest because we want to use the wood for like building something. We want to make money with it. So we have a kind of negative, like a grasping intention, and we might kill a lot of beings because they're like, how we relate to this kind of indirect killing.
Geshe-la, tsamlam azu ngosuma yimba che gyune semchen seya yoreba pena. Geshe-la kogidwe. I think he can't hear us. Geshe-la kogidwe.
아는
Sing-
저렇게 다 있고도 다 고도.
Singide laso. Laso. Ta ngazo tsamsamla ya semche shen la gyune seya yoreba pena. ngazo tensa ani pecha soya la shina denze shin ta shin denzo cheya dan shin denzo leya dan choya dende di chong dende yoreba. 아니 shin denzo chene semche mambu shi drogi yoreba. 아니 koryula nöne semche mambogi se ta shi drogi yoreba. Dedu sösö seya gile sagi yore kainse na nga ranzu gi gulon zobo di semchen seya ma nimba che shin denzo leya ta shin denzo lene choya re zobo di.
그래서 아니 디 가르도 세데 다들 신종야 이날에 라소비다 심치지 마부지오래 맞죠? 미기 시간에 대당 저다 딘지 답디 답아야 아니 신가 알로 야모도 뭐 마부세 로요래 아니 지구다 아니 부터니 마자 치데 멘티니 마부니 심지 마부세게 요래 그래서 장마 가르에서 내가 주고 그게 제이나레 로토이나레 가리나 티 소솔 라야 치 자와 티 체티는 도디 요디 담바 디세빌 티 레가기 jorlo 심체 몸부시로 하더라 아니 소체베 레가 아니 니바 요레 요 말이세나 지단테 니바 요레세 이나야 삼신데 그게 소무스 니바 친구 요 말이세 또 티는 티니지레 샤디 그 갑툭 그게 소요 소다 덴바 심체지 야나 티기 샤사도 방 야나 티기 소소를 저너반데 계속 삼는 소소 컨트롤하니 옹우스 소 제바 난신기 니바도 요 말이지 얘네야 티기 레카 샴바도 저래야 아니 가드 가리시 뭐 무슨 제 가리시나야 또서 세비 니바 용 니바 요레스.
This is the case for many actions or activities we do in society, like, for example, cultivating wheat. When we cultivate wheat or any type of vegetable, let's say, whenever we need to work on the land in order to have those crops grow, many insects and many other beings die in the process of cultivating crops or cultivating vegetables, right? And even in the process of making medicine, we harm a lot of animals, we harm a lot of insects. So there are many human activities that along them we harm, like indirectly, many sentient beings. And it is not to say that that harm that we inflict upon other sentient beings, we do not accumulate negativity, because we do. However, it's not as bad as when we actively and intentionally want to kill someone, let's say like an animal because we want to eat them, or an enemy because we feel anger towards them. So we do accumulate negativity, but it's not as much as when we intentionally kill someone else. 몰라서 걔남바 쪽 고성해.
어,
You hear us again?
Oh, now we can hear you.
안에 네, 단수 드림 보신 분들 다 가르치고 있나?
Ale peche dishana jisare gishela.
나서 아니 샤샤나 뭐 딱디 수야보지 다다 지금 것도 네 산이 사파산이야. 맞지 마 디스 뭐 저거나 답시 제일에 안
That's
참말
what.
고마만 좀
So since there are many internet problems today, we're going to stop class here. There are only 10 minutes more, so we'll stop here today's class, and we can meet again on Friday. And then any questions that you have left, we can continue them on Friday. Okay? Lasso,
오케이.
kujiche.
그렇잖아.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you.
Ana.
Thank you, Ana. Ana, não sabia.